Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining today's webinar about user replacement for Windchill. So this is basically the administrative tool that you would use when a user leaves the company or moves over to a different department. Then you'll use this tool to quickly and easily replace them with a new user or the user that would have to take over their tasks and responsibilities. So the app basically moves over the tasks that are assigned to, any pending tasks that are under their names, as well as their relationship with their groups and the roles that are in Windchill. So let's have a look at the agenda for today. So I will do a quick introduction of myself and boundary system, go through the topic overview for today, and then do the actual software demonstration. And right at the end, we will then do the question and answer session. Just before we start, I have a poll that I'm just going to run now, and I would like you to just vote on it. Right. So I'm just going to quickly share the results so I can see that everyone who's attended is actually currently using Windchill. So the other question I've got, I'll just put it up as well quickly. Okay, thanks. All right. I think we do have a right audience for the topic. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Right, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Ephraim. I'm a PLM specialist at Boundary Systems with 5 years experience on e.t.c products, specifically Windchill. I'm also a certified Windchill implementer and trainer. An introduction about Boundary Systems. So we regard ourselves as a technology leader, with e.t.c being our main partner. So we have a couple of our customers listed here. We also have other partners that I will also mention a little bit later. So our capabilities are product lifecycle management, data management. We also do CAD design and consulting for our customers, simulation and product development as well. A bit more about Boundary. We have a couple of industry awards, and we are also accredited by e.t.c as their platinum partners. They are Windchill certified implementers, and we are also authorized and certified to train in Creo products, Windchill, MathCAD, and AutoText. Right, like I said, e.t.c is our main partner. We also work with other companies like e.t.c, ZWCAD, Keyshot, and so on. Some contact information if you have questions about the topic after the webinar. You can get a hold of me at epoyeng@boundarysys.com, and for any sales questions or queries, it's sales@boundarysys.com. For more information, you can also visit our website, boundarysys.com. We also have a YouTube channel. It is just called Boundary Systems. Right, on the topic, so what's required when you basically replace the user in Windchill at the moment, you basically have to first find all groups that the user is part of, which is not difficult because you just search for the user, and then in the user's property, you just look for the groups that the user is part of, and then just remove them from those groups and add the new one. And the other thing you have to do is find that user in different contexts. So there is your product context, your library, as well as the project. This could be very time consuming if you have these users manually added onto each and every one of these contexts, because you basically have to go into each and every one of them and find the user and replace them. The challenge there is if you make a mistake by omitting or skipping one or two products, the new user won't be able to access the content of that product. Then the other thing you have to do is to find the active tasks as well as the pending tasks that the user is part of in the already running workflows. So you have to search for all those tasks and manually go through each and every one of them and do a manual replace with the new user. So with the tool that I'm about to show you, it is called user replacement. So this application basically finds and replaces a user in all groups that the user is part of, in all the contexts that the user is part of, and also the active and the pending tasks that the user might be having or might be part of. And the other thing is when you do the replacement, you can basically replace an old user with multiple users. So you can split the permissions, you can split the tasks among multiple users. And the app is also easily accessible from the Windchill user interface. So the older version of this app had to be installed on the Windchill server computer itself. And every time the administrator have to replace the user, they have to physically remote into the Windchill server and then run the app and the replacement from the server. But this now allows the administrator to run the app from anywhere as long as they've got access to the Windchill web interface. Right, so at this stage, I'm going to dive right into the demonstration and show you exactly how the app works. Right, so like I said, you will need to run the app as either the organization administrator or the Windchill administrator. So I will be running this demo from the organization administrator role. So as it stands now in Windchill, when you have to replace an app, you'll then have to go to each and every one of these products, teams, find the user. So in this case, this will be my user. So I'll basically go into this user, edit it, and find which groups they are part of. So to swap them between the groups is actually easy. But now if you have to go and replace them on the team's template itself, this would mean, like in this case, this would mean for this user, I'll have to run through all my products. And I've got about, I think, 10 products at the stage. I have to run through all my libraries. I have to run through my projects and then go and manually replace that user, which is obviously time consuming. Right, whereas with the user replacement app, it's quite easy to do that. So I'll just show you quickly here. I've got an old user, or the user that I regard as an old user, which is called vendor 1. And then you'll notice that this user at this stage, if I refresh the page here, they have 2 open tasks that are running at the moment. And if I also go to the products, they've got access to all the products listed there. They've got access to all the libraries. They also have access to all the projects in the Windchill system. And then I also have a new user that is called vendor 2. So if I refresh here, you'll see they don't have any open task at this stage. And if I also go to the products, they don't have any products assigned to them. They don't have any projects assigned to them at this stage. So they don't have access to any data in the system at this point. So let's say now user replacement 1 leaves the company and we need to replace them. So from the organization administrator role, go to quick links, and then I have the user replacement advanced. So in here it says to me, I should first search for the old user. So I'll go ahead and search my old user for my old user, which is vendor 1. Find the user and then navigate over to the next step. So the next step checks for all the checked out items, just to make sure that the user that we, like our old user, doesn't have anything currently checked out. So at this stage, as an administrator, I'm able to go and I can actually right click and go into the information of this. I can also hover over there and then it tells you exactly that it is checked out to this user. I can go in and then just undo checkout on this item. So I'll go ahead and do that. You'll see at this stage that file is no longer checked out. And I'll move over to the next step. So the next step shows me every context. So every product, every library, every project that the user is part of, and it also lists on here the tasks that the user is currently assigned. So at this stage, I'll then go and select a new user. So my new user being vendor 2, and then I can go ahead and say assign my new user to all these roles and tasks. And you'll see on the table here in the last column, it then assigns the new username, and I'll go ahead and complete activity. So it goes and replaces that user. So I'm gonna quickly go back to that old user, vendor 1, and then refresh. And you'll notice that the tasks that were open are no longer under this user's profile. And also, if I go to products, view all, you also see that they don't have access to any products at this stage. Okay, there's one product that's listed under recently accessed products, but you'll also notice if I try and access data from there, it tells me that the user does not have access to that data at this stage. So all those permissions, all those groups and so on are moved over to the new user. So I'm gonna go and have a look at our new user, vendor 2, and then refresh. So as I refresh, you'll see those 2 tasks are now assigned to this new user of mine. And then if I also go to the products, you'll also notice that all the products, all the libraries are now assigned to this new user at this stage. So that is how you then move the complete permissions from one user to the new user, and it's very quick to do that. Then the other function that I wanted to show you is if I were to split these 2 activities between 2 different users. So I'm going to assign the approve to a different user and then move the analyze change request back to my user 1 who doesn't have permissions at this stage. Right, so to achieve that, I have to do it from the org admin again. Start my application, and then I'll find the old user. So the old user now, it is vendor 2. And next, so they don't have anything checked out at this stage. And then these are all the groups and permissions that he's assigned to. So at this stage, I'm going to move the promotion request, as well as the promotion approval role to a different user. So I'm gonna move them over to just those two to the other user, who is called vendor 3. At my user, you'll notice that the user is added only to those two roles, or a role and a task. And then I'm gonna go and assign everything excluding just those two to my old user, vendor 1. Right, and then add my role. So then you'll notice everything is assigned to vendor 1 except just those two. Go ahead and complete my activity. The replacement is now complete. So if I go back to my vendor 1, so because I've split the activities, I've only assigned this user one activity. I should be able to see only that one activity. So if I refresh, I can only see that one activity, and we also moved everything back to this old user. So if I do view all here, I should be able to see all my products again. Now I'm going to go ahead and log in as the other new user, vendor 3. Vendor 3, and you'll immediately notice that the other task is now assigned to the new user, vendor 3. And because we give him a role again, approval role under the one product called KTM. So if we go to the all products and view all, you should have access to that product now. So you should be able to access data in that product, and also be able to complete that task. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you as far as the user replacement app is concerned. But just one last thing to show that it is actually secure. Only the administrator, the site administrator or the org administrator can run this. So if I'm under the vendor, which is just a normal user, and go to quick links, they are not able to see that user replacement link in there. So this is only available under the administrator's profile. So that is all I wanted to show you guys on the app. So if there is any questions, please post them on the questions section. So I am gonna go there and have a look if there is any questions posted in there at this stage. Okay, I see at this stage there's no questions. So I will give you guys 2 minutes or so to ask. All right, so at this stage, I'm going to go back and put up the contact slides over here. So you can go ahead and take a screenshot of that, or just note the email down, so that if you have any question, you can also send it to me. Okay, there's no questions in the question section here at all. So I'll give you guys 2 more minutes in case you have a question.
Ephraim, I believe someone is asking what version of Windchill you are using.
Oh, so the test is currently running on Windchill 11.0 at the moment. So the app has been developed and tested for Windchill 11 up to Windchill 11.0, but I believe it can also be compatible with Windchill 11.1 and 11.2.
Great, great, thank you.
All right. All right, so I see there is no other new questions. So at this stage, I'll go ahead and thank everyone for your time, and I really hope you enjoyed the webinar. Thank you and goodbye.